bring you another video. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a timeless reading. You could also use this as a manifestation reading. All you need to do is claim this energy as your own. I get my information from God and from the Holy Spirit. I don't use any cards. If you'd like to work with me on spiritual advice, twin flame stuff, and more astrology readings, things like that, my information is in the description below. And if you'd like to book a free consult with me, my Calendly link is in the description below. Keep in mind, we all have masculine and feminine energies in our bodies. So masculine can be feminine, feminine can be masculine. Use those terms as they make sense in your situation. All right, y'all, so let me get into it. So, I want to talk about a couple of things today too. Of course, things not being what they seem, the script that we thought things would follow, they're not following the script. But I want to talk about some more angel numbers that came up because they've been still coming up for me. And talk about Mercury retrograde, how it's been acting, and talk about what's been going on with the divine counterparts these days. All right, y'all. So 333, I think, is the number that I want to focus on. And also, like I was just mentioning, things are not what they've seemed. And I feel like there are certain things that you know you need to do, and you have not felt as inspired to do. And maybe you're wondering why, because it's possible that everything happens in divine timing. When you get inspiration, you know the difference. And if you don't have it, that means maybe you need to take your time on that particular thing that you're planning on doing, or whatever action you're planning on taking. Maybe you should wait for it. So I I wanted to say a couple of things. That there are things that I would usually say. They're the truth, you know. And so while I was waiting, because I said I would pause on it before I said anything. And then what came out was something that I needed to see on two fronts. And when I saw that thing, I said I knew why I held back on saying the thing that I wanted to say. And I I did I approached it in a different way, because one way would have been, I don't know, it would have been to me, I would have regretted it had I sent that and then the information came out that I saw on that one front. And so in the end, like later, I sent a message, but it was modified. It was different. And it was more a playful tone. And I was thinking, of course, we've been talking about it, Mercury in retrograde. The communication thing has been really a factor, that's been interrupting a lot of things for a lot of people, relationships, romantic or friendships, family relationships, things like that. It's been um, a lot of disruption, I would say, and communication issues have come up. I feel like even when we tell people the truth, they don't always get it. It's not always clear to them. And so either we reiterate it, we state it again, or we just observe then. I would say, like I said, it's important for you just make sure that you're working on communicating as effectively as you can, doing the best that you can to make sure that you're understanding other people and that they are also you're understanding them, and as much as possible you're communicating in a way so that they understand you, because you don't want confusion. You don't want issues coming up and then you feel like you have to do damage control, go back and try to fix things. So you might have, I just saw 555 on the clock. That's good. Maybe it's confirmation that you don't want to go back and fix things. You want to get it right the first time, if you can, and move forward in a way that's best for both you and the other person or people involved. So I was talking with someone and they were saying how a couple people actually had disagreements with others. And then the information that came out on the second front that I was talking about and my situation, it was unclear. That's what I'll say. It could have been interpreted in different ways. And I'm saying to myself, what is it like if someone is sending out information that they know can be misunderstood? What's the reason? Why would they do it? And one thing for me, one reason that I could see would be the person might not realize it, or they want it to come out that way so that they could get a certain reaction. And then once they get the reaction, maybe they're used to a way that they interact with people, and it's, there's the information comes out, it's misunderstood, there could be an issue, people could argue or whatever, and then they got to repair it, and maybe they're used to having to repair things, and maybe they're used to other people that they deal with flying off the handle. But I think they don't always know the way that they contribute to the misunderstandings, and maybe that might be happening in your life, collective, that there's a person that, whatever your relationship is with them, romantic, friends, family, whatever, could be acquaintances, and they're saying things, but they don't, either, like I said, they're not knowing what they're doing, or they do know what they're doing and they just want a reaction out of you. So one way or the other, you're going to respond. You decide in this time, because I've been talking about this Mercury retrograde thing for a while now. You decide, do you want to respond in the way that they think you will? Because you usually might say, get upset with them and say, what are you doing? And they're like, no, 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 I'm not doing anything. And they apologize and they say, no, I don't want anything bad to happen. And then you're like, okay, whatever, it's okay. But when you don't catch yourself, maybe you do get into an argument with them. But when you're thinking about it, you say, "No, I'm not going to. This time, I'm going to let it play out, and I'm going to see what else comes up, because there's a chance that some other information can come out from them that could be interpreted different ways, and you might say." if this is the case, because I'm not gonna get upset. I'm not going to respond the way I might, because I want to let it play out and see how far it will go. What are they gonna do next? For you, then you're getting a glimpse into how you could respond to most things in your life. You could overreact, or you could say, I'm not overreacting, I'm gonna leave it alone. See where it goes. If you choose to do it that way, then like I'm saying, you're getting a glimpse into what your life could be like, because it could be that you decide, okay, for most things, I'm just going to let it play out and see where it goes. That means you know that you have the self control, you have the discipline, and all that. You don't have to overreact. You just need to observe and then respond the way you want to. So you don't have to overreact again. You can just respond the way you want to. Now, there might be multiple people in your life. You might have many options in love, but there might be multiple people in your life that are used to you responding to them a certain way. So you can choose, do you want to do it the same way, or do you want to show some more restraint, some more self-control, and say, what is this person trying to do? So the message might be, the divine masculine might be trying to get you to react, because maybe they want to see if you love them, if you care about them. And for you, you're saying, well, I already told you that I care. I already told you that I love you. So what is it that you are trying to do, or what are you trying to see? Either they'll tell you or they won't. And maybe if they're the type of person that doesn't really talk a lot or express a lot, you'll find out in another way, or maybe they'll be more expressive, because this time some signs, some people are actually more expressive during this Mercury retrograde. So getting back to the number, but yes, just that this may be something that you look out for. The divine masculine might be trying to see if you care about them, and you might have multiple options in love, so it's up to you which one you choose. Maybe a returning masculine, maybe a new masculine, maybe someone that you have not met yet is coming into the picture. But you just be mindful, because someone, it could be different relationship, family, friends, whatever, coworker, could try to get you into a conflict or something like that, or just they want you to respond. They want attention from you, but they don't know how to tell you all the time. And for you, you have to decide what kind of attention you're going to give to who you're going to give access to yourself and all that stuff, because you don't have to give everyone access to you collective. But the divine masculine, I'm just saying, might be pulling on your heartstrings right now. They may want your attention, your time, your affection. They might be saying things, like they've got to stay focused and they're not going to be distracted. But that might be a sign that they are distracted. They might be saying they're not going to spend their time doing XYZ, but they might be afraid that you are going to tempt them to do XYZ. And so it's sort of like a defense, because if they could bluff you and say, no, I'm not, this is not me, or I'm not going to do this, then they don't have to worry about it. But they are afraid that they'll get off their game. They won't be focused on what they're supposed to focus on. And then they won't achieve the stuff that they want to achieve. They know that you're worth taking the time out of whatever it is that they're doing, because they know, your energy collective, and they know you want to build with them. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to tear them down. You don't want to take anything, any time, attention, energy, anything away from their goals. So you support them, but they've encountered a lot of women maybe that are not, and they're saying, is the collective the same? Are they going to do this? Are they going to try to take me away from the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing? And you, as the collective, you're saying, no, I'm not trying to take you away from anything. Matter of fact, I'm trying to build. So you're also trying to get the bag. You're also, if you haven't already gotten the bag, you're trying to build, get more clients, get more business. Maybe a windfall of money has come. Um, and maybe you got opportunities, business opportunities, or um, contracts, things like that might be coming your way. And so you're saying, I'm not trying to do anything to anyone else. I'm trying to get where I need to be. And so maybe these things are repeating types of experiences for you, so you could make the decision that you know you need to make. Um, and it might be a similar decision to one that you made in the past, and it might be something different. Um, all right, so getting to 333, but just watch out for that. You might have multiple options in love. The person might be trying to get your attention, see what your intentions are for them, to see if you want to build with them, but they know from your energy, from what they've observed, collective, you want to build people up, you want to help, you're kind, you're generous, you're gentle, you're loving, you're a protector, a healer, and you also have a lot of abundance in your energy. So they would have made a lot of money already, and they're on the path to make a whole lot more. And they would love to be able to build with you, but they're afraid because they've, you know, been with a lot of people in the past that they did not want to see them succeed. Some from what they could gather. But yes, you might be getting a windfall of money coming in on you. So just look for that. 333 for love. It could be important for you to consider opening your heart, working on being your genuine, authentic self, really opening up to joy in your relationships. Um, it may be important for you to focus on emotional balance, and also know that it's important, like reciprocity, we've been talking about it. You give, you also receive. So just not putting everything out there and giving, 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 and not allowing the other person to give back to you. For spiritual things, um, some of you may be traveling. Some of you may be moving or moving in with someone, but could be creativity, growth, expressing yourself. And those things could be amplified because this is coming up 3 times. It's 333. Um, you need to know that you're protected and supported on your journey and that you should trust your intuition. This is the message. And also have confidence as you're moving forward. There could be a lot of things, but just again, balance, making sure that you're focused on staying balanced, working on the things that you know you need to work on, but also joy. Um, you might be taking your relationship to the next level. You'll just see how it goes, but focus on joy, focus on two of you working together. Again, we're talking about reciprocity, so giving and receiving, not just one way. And maybe that's been what's happened for a long time, that you've just been giving and not receiving. So it's time for you to receive. And if you can't, or if you're with a person that's not working on this reciprocity thing, then that may not be the person. So, all right, y'all. I didn't want to make the video too long. So I'll bring another video soon. Continue to glow up. Continue to watch, read, and listen to things that lift you up. Continue to work on um, surrounding yourself with people that want you to win and energy that lifts you up. Continue to work on growing your spiritual gifts, powers, and abilities. And happy lightning fast manifesting as always. I'm going to talk to y'all again soon. All right. Love y'all. Bye for now.